Hey, crochet girlies and guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we are learning how to do a single crochet. Yes, the foundational single crochet. Generally, that's the first thing that you will learn as a beginner crocheter, and that will allow you to do several different things scarves, hats, so many different things. But as you can see here, I am starting with the slip knot and the foundational chain. But you should already know how to do that if you have been watching my videos. If not, I will go ahead and pop the video right up at the top here. And you can go ahead and click off of this one and go watch that one before you watch how to do a single crochet. Now, to do a single crochet, we are going to go in the first loop from the crochet hook. So you'll put your crochet hook up underneath that first loop, and then you will yarn over the crochet hook. Once you yarn over the crochet hook, you will pull it through that first loop, and then you'll have those two loops on your crochet hook. Once you have those two loops on the crochet hook, you'll yarn over again, and then you'll pull that through both loops that are on your crochet hook. And that's the single crochet, guys. It's very, very simple. And then you just continue down to the next one and do repeat the same thing. Go through the loop, yarn over, pull it through the loop, and then yarn over again, and then pull that through both loops that are on the crochet hook. Now, I will give it some time so that you can just see, what I'm doing in the video, and then we'll return back once I have made it down to the end, and make sure that you're getting all of the loops so that your work is not crooked. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and comment down below. Let me know if you found this video helpful or if you need some additional assistance with the single crochet. I'll be more than happy to help you out with that. So, like I mentioned before, you want to make sure that you get all of your loops. You don't want to miss one. You don't want to add any because your work will come out crooked and you'll either have to live with it or you'll end up frogging it, which frogging is just taking it out and starting over. So, there I just showed you there's the front loop and the back loop, and it looks like a braid. So, we want to go under both the front loop and the back loop for the single crochet, and I'm just giving you an in detailed look at me going through both the front and the back loop there. And so as we go down the line, we just continue to repeat the process over and over again until we get all the way down to the end. And it's fairly simple. That's what you're doing. And if you look at it, you'll see that there, if we keep going or if we make enough chains. So I only did 10 chains. So if we make enough chains, like maybe if we did 30, 40 chains, it will be longer and we will be able to make it a scarf or something like that. So you can see how it can be fairly easy to even start your first project with a single crochet. So if you take a look at what I'm doing here, I am going to purposely skip some loops so that you can see what it looks like when you skip loops, and then the results of that is your work coming out unevenly. Now, I will also show you what you have to do to fix it, which is a very easy fix, but it's also very easy to skip loops. You have to count when you're doing crochet, but I'm not a good counter because my mind is all over the place and I'll be thinking about certain things. So as you can see here, it looks like an arrow, and all we need to do in order to fix it is to frog it, which means taking it a loose and starting over where you messed up at. So once we take it a loose, we will turn the work back over so that we can catch that loop that we missed, the loop, stitch, whatever you want to call it. And then once we get the stitch that we missed, you'll see that it turns out straight on the edge. I'm showing you here that we need to go to the closest loop from the crochet hook instead of skipping that one so that your work can end up straight. That was what happened the first time. I purposely skipped that first loop or stitch, and then I went on from there. And then you see what the result was from that. So if you don't skip any stitches, then you'll end up with straight lines. So while we're looking at me complete this row here of single crochet, just a couple of tips when doing a single crochet. You want to make sure that you have good tension so that it's not too loose, but it's also not too tight as well, so that you won't have any problems with getting your crochet hook through the stitches. But you also want to just pay attention. Counting is very important to make sure that you get all the stitches there. But once you have your counting down and the proper tension, then you'll end up with straight lines at the end and pretty cohesive work as you see here. And you will see as I go along that it is fairly simple once you get the hang of it. What we will be learning next is the double crochet, because the double crochet, you really can do a lot of things with the double crochet, and it will speed your work up just a little bit more, because the single crochet does take a while when you're doing a whole project, especially a big project like a blanket or something like that. That would take a long time to do a blanket in single crochet. So the double crochet will help you out a lot. And also the double crochet is used in the granny square. It's used in so much. Even though the single crochet is the foundational stitch, the double crochet is universally, I think, in my opinion, the most used. I use it for the hats that I make. I use it for your granny squares, your for just about everything, honestly. So we'll be learning that next. And then I'll also put up a tutorial about how to make a granny square, because you can literally make anything out of granny squares. You can make blankets, handbags, sweaters, literally anything, pants, anything that you can think of. You can make it with a granny square. So we'll be learning how to do that next. And I believe that is it on the agenda for now. And then, of course, we will go down the line of the stitches of how to do the different stitches, because there's more than just the single crochet and the double crochet. There's a treble stitch, bubble stitch. There's so many stitches that you can make. So we will go down the line learning how to do those stitches. For now, just watch as I complete these single crochet. So that is it for the single crochet tutorial. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and please leave a comment down below if you have any questions. Let me know if this was helpful for you guys. Okay, bye.